To hear health leaders tell it, there is no question. We have now hit the third wave of the COVID pandemic here. Hospitalizations in Western New York, they spiked yesterday. They are almost at 300 for the first time in 2 months and more than double the low point on March 20th. 2 on Your Side's Jackie Roberts looked into what it means for the area.
Medical experts locally say right now we're experiencing a third wave of COVID-19 in our area.
The number of patients in the hospital now is close to the peak number of patients that we had in the hospital back in the spring. So we're seeing a lot of patients in the hospital. COVID is still here, and we're seeing another wave.
But this surge is hitting a younger age group.
The predominant patients are less than 65. And we're seeing more cases than we've ever seen before in the 19 to 44 age group.
We think that's due probably to the fact that we've rolled out the vaccine and we started with the older age group, so they're probably more protected. But it may have something to do with how the variants are acting. There's some data that they may unfortunately be more contagious among younger adults. And of course, now that there's kind of a lot of so-called pandemic fatigue, we've been doing this for a year, and it may be that younger adults are being a little less careful than older adults.
Dr. Winkelstein says it's hard to predict what's next because that's dependent on several factors. But both doctors agree the vaccine is still the answer. We just need more of it.
The good news is we have 25% of people vaccinated. The bad news is we have only 25% of people fully vaccinated. We need to get that number up much higher before you get the phenomenon of what we call herd immunity. We'd need to be up at about 3 times that number, which is 75%.
So while we're waiting for more people to get fully vaccinated, health officials say we need to continue to be careful and do our part to slow the spread.
We don't want to trip right before the finish line, and unfortunately that looks like what's happening right now.
Jackie Roberts, Channel 2 News.